Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods here on this Saturday morning. Oh my God, can you believe it? Can you believe it? Training camp is actually here. Training camp is here. I still can't believe that today is Saturday. Tomorrow, Sunday, of course, we'll have our Zoom in call live stream, which will be the last live stream I do before I going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali to cover the boys. That's right. We are going back to Cali, and Monday we will be in Oxnard. We will unfortunately miss Monday's practice, which is significant because that is the first padded practice where they start to really, this is where you really start to see stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. The Cowboys, they are very, very physical. I mean, they are very physical. The Cowboys, 2 off seasons in a row, have been fine and losing practice games because they've been so physical. See, when you got young guys, they're chomping at the bits. They are literally chomping at the bit, and they just want to get that. Because, see, it's just something about football. If you are really, truly a football player, you love to hit. You love the contact. There's nothing like that pop that you get when you get that perfect block or you get that perfect tackle where you literally take a guy off his feet. It's just something Nathanderall about that. Caveman-like. You just want to get out there. And when you start getting there, and the Cowboys are fortunate to be out in Oxnard. Oh, my God. I'm sitting here. I was laying in bed there with my wife and said, we got to start packing for Oxnard and stuff. And she's like, yeah, it's going to be. I was like, no, honey. I looked at the weather forecast. It's like 71, 71. Oh, it's 72 on Wednesday, 71, 71. It's chilly in frickin' Oxnard. So to have those conditions, it's like air conditioning. So this gives them a chance to really go ahead and get out there, get in shape. When it gets to be too cold, that's when you pull muscles. When you get too hot, that's when you get heat exhaustion. And so this is a nice blend for them to be able to just go out and work. Thus far, knock on woods, we had James Washington, who had his shoulder looked at for a second, who's had, some problems staying, getting right in the offseason and thus far. And really, we need him to start getting healthy and being able to get out there and practice. And we've got Matt Lewinsky, who basically is day-to-day. Let's hope that this stays this way. We do not want to have any catastrophic injuries. But thus far, everything we're hearing out of the Cowboys camp has been positive. Not to, we have so many Eagle fans that come in here. I actually, and people will say, why are you talking about the Eagles? Because you have to know your enemy. We got to play them 2 times a year. They are circled as the ones to beat. So you better damn sight understand what you're facing. Understand what they're doing. Understand their strengths and their weaknesses. It's kind of crazy, some of the stuff that we're getting. Again, okay, I'm a Cowboys homer. I get it. And I know that Eagle fans will get butthurt because I'm telling you the truth of what I'm hearing. Don't say I'm making shit up, because that's what you guys do. 2 days ago, they decided we're worried about soft tissue injuries. So they basically stretched and did some light work for 58 minutes. That's what they did. Yesterday, they practiced 15 minutes longer. So they went for an hour and 15 minutes. That's what I'm reading, okay? Not from Cowboy fans or haters of the Eagles. That's what I'm hearing. And then I heard that Jalen Hurts is struggling. Jalen Hurts is struggling. I'm just saying, that's what I'm hearing from that. So you have the Eagles press lambasting him for not getting on the field. You're hearing, of course, that Hurts is struggling a bit. And then I heard that there was a fight between Big Play Slay and A.J. Brown that actually spilled over into the locker room. I'm just saying that it's not, shits and giggles over there. It seems like there's some shit that's going on with the Eagles. And again, I know all you Eagle fans are going to come at me and talk a whole bunch of smack because they'll say, well, the Cowboys didn't beat anybody last year. They didn't beat any playoff teams. I thought you guys made the playoffs. I thought you guys had a winning record, but somehow the Cowboys kicked your ass twice. I understand. You got some better personnel. Now, it'll be interesting how that cake bakes once it's all put together. Now, for the Cowboys, we saw incredible catch yesterday by T.J. Vasher. You can't coach 6'6". The way he high-pointed the ball in the end zone, it's a great thing. But that's just one catch. We have Michael Gallup. And Michael Gallup, unlike what you usually hear from players, when you're a football player, you understand that you would have to be basically on your death's bed, strapped to a gurney, to not want to be out there on the field. You're always optimistic and say, I'm ready to go. And typically what you hear, just like we hear about Goodwin for Tampa Bay, they're like, oh, he might be ready for week 1. Michael Gallup put it out there that, hey, I'm not going to be ready for week 1. Here's an interview with Michael Gallup who elaborates more into the injury and his time frame coming back from yesterday from inside training camp on NFL Network. Let's listen to Michael.
The man at the end, rehabbing an knee injury, but the brand new contract. Ladies and gentlemen, it is great to see Michael Gallup. How are you?
Who it is?
I'm pretty good.
Did you get Dak a birthday present?
I did not. I actually, I slipped up a little bit. I forgot his birthday. He has it every year.
You forgot?
I forgot it was his birthday, but I'll get him something.
Come on,
You
it's your
better.
5th year, man.
You better. That's your quarterback.
I'm slacking.
Hey, so how's obviously the rehab going, and where are you at in that process? And we know, it's a whole process. Being patient is the number one thing. So where are you in that process?
I would say right now it's more mental. The physical part, that's going to come back. We all know that. But just being patient, listening to what the trainers say, doing everything I can possible to get back out here and help the team.
You confirmed this week something that we've all been talking about, that the first game of the season isn't realistic at this point. So what is a realistic timeline for you?
I really wish I knew. It's day by day right now, but I know realistically it's not, going to be game 1. I'm sad about it, obviously, but that's not realistic for me.
So
I do appreciate the honesty.
What's holding him back, though? What's holding you back?
Holding me back?
The trainers.
I would definitely say that's on the training staff. I do as they say. So, if they don't want to tell me when I can come back, and I just keep working.
For those who don't remember, your injury was week 17. It was in January, and then you didn't have the surgery. You got to wait for the swelling to go down until February. You don't want to force it, but I do appreciate the honesty. There are a lot of players, no names, don't have to bring other teams into this. They go, I might be ready for week 1. They know he's not going to be ready for week 1. You came out, you got it out of the way, and there is not going to be any drama here. Yep. So you don't force it. You want to take your time. This team has weapons, obviously, here.
Plenty.
Your quarterback, the birthday guy. You guys had the #1 offense in football last year. How do you get better than #1?
I don't know. It's you just got to be consistent. Being at #1 last year, that's great, but that was last year. Can you do it again? Can you keep on doing that? Can you keep on producing? And getting better at is, seeing what you did last year and then trying to take a step. You got to take another step. Being better than #1. That's hard to say for everybody, but it's just like trying to be better than #1, trying to be the best every day.
Hey, Marco, whenever you do come back, obviously your position on this team will change in terms of how important you are to this team. Last year, you guys had Amari. He was here, and you were able to come in and do your thing because Amari was on the other side. But now it's you and CD Lamb. Yep. Y'all out there, and y'all have to get it done. How does does that change your mindset, knowing that you're going to be a vital part of this offense?
I mean, I'm excited about it. Obviously having Amari Cooper and CD on the other side, I'm probably going to get the bum corner or whatever, and I wasn't too mad about that neither. But, now it's time for me to step up, and I think I've been doing that, just by teaching the young bulls, because they're going to have to play. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to have to get out there, and so I've been just talking to them, letting them know what it's going to feel like, what it's going to be like. And then when I get back out there, I'll definitely take my role and, be right there next to CD.
One of the feedbacks, guys, that I've gotten in Dallas about that wide receiver room since you've been here, Michael, is how selfless you guys are. You were completely comfortable with Amari's role, your role, and some of the other guys. So now that we've got Jalen Tolbert here and James Washington, who a lot of Cowboy fans aren't as familiar with, what stands out about both of their games? And albeit we haven't seen too much of James because of the walking boot in the offseason.
Definitely, they're both smart kids. They come out here and they work every day. They want to compete, and that's all we need in the wide receiver room. Just want to compete, because, if CD does something, I'm going to try to do it just a little bit better. And that's what James and that's what Tolbert and Noah Brown, that's what they bring to the table as well. So it's going to be a fun ride.
On a personal note here, Michael, what was that roller coaster like when the injury happens? You're waiting for that big contract. Here comes your payday. You're smiling here. Was there a point where you thought, I'm not going to get it? Was there that woe is me kind of moment after that injury?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Right after it happened, I'm just like, man, I already been hurt, pretty much the whole season. And then, I get hurt again, and I'm just like, I can't catch a break. But it kind of happened to me at junior college. I had a great freshman year. My sophomore year, I got hurt, and I didn't know where I was going to end up going to school. So I think that's just how, it works for me. God wanted me to be here. Jones family wanted me to be here. So I'm appreciative of it.
But what did that tell you about this organization? Still willing to invest in you. They believe in you. Obviously, going through an injury is tough for everybody, but to have an organization say, you know what, we don't care about that. We're still going to invest in who you are as a person and what you can do on the field. How big was that for you?
That was very big for me. I think it was just, it was really more just, just how I kind of carry myself around this team, though. You never hear me outside of the, outside of the team, getting in trouble, nothing like that. Always yes, sir, no, sir. Just be respectful. Good things will come if you do that. So that's how I've always tried to do it.
I'm going to try to nail you down here. September, we're going to see you in September. Eventually.
Man, eventually. We'll say that. Let's say that.
If anybody ready to get out in the field, it is definitely Michael Gallup.
Yeah, definitely.
I asked you when you walked over here, how's your patience? You're like, it's tough.
Very tough, very tough. They're making plays, and I don't get to make any plays right now. I want to make some plays.
Michael Gallup will be on the field making plays soon. 1,000 yards a couple of years ago. Cowboys rewarded him with a very nice contract in the offseason, and now he and CeeDee Lamb and Jalen Tolbert. There's going to be a lot of firepower here on this offense as they sing happy birthday over here for Dak Prescott. You want to go sing?
Hey, man,
all right, go sing.
You want me to go? All right.
Big thanks to Michael Gallup, everybody.
Appreciate
Thank
you,
you,
guys.
Michael.
Appreciate you.
Peace.
Go well soon. Michael Gallup.
Peace on that one. Michael Gallup. Basically, at least for once, the thing about the Cowboys, it always seems like we are always sold on guys being back ready before they're ready. We were told, like when Neville Gallimore got hurt last year, that, it's a hyperextended elbow. He could be back for week 3. It ends up being week 13. You hope for the best, but you plan for the worst. And that way you have an actual plan. And sometimes the Cowboys have been too optimistic about guys coming back, because that has always been our Achilles heel. It worries me about the depth that we have. Now, when we went into last season, it worried me about the safety position, because we looked at that and we said, we got Donovan Wilson and who else? We worried about the linebacking situation. All of a sudden, Micah Parsons becomes all-world. Jaron Kearse becomes incredible to the point where Donovan Wilson is kind of a backup. Well, there's not kind of. And guys like Malik Hooker stepped up. Let's hope that the Cowboys organization have seen these guys, and they know them better than anybody else, because they picked them, they've been working with them, they understand how they fit the situation. And we may have guys that we feel that are ready to step up when needed, because ultimately people are going to have to step up because we will need them. So that's what we have this morning. I've got so much to do to get ready for this trip. At some point, I need to do a test run. I have been building for this trip. Okay, I've really been trying to get ready for this thing. You guys, I love working in my studio here, having the multiple screens and the cameras and everything else. But when you get on the road, it's a little bit different. And I've been working on it. It may end up blowing up my face and not actually working. But I'm hoping, and depending on how the situation is and things, if I can set up and do things, I have built myself basically a portable setup where I can have a couple of cameras set up, a couple of microphones. So what you see right here with NFL Network, where they're holding microphones and, doing this, basically I can do this and even put in clips into the system. So it's picture in picture and be able to give you guys a good feel. It may not work where I'm actually out there at practice and stuff, but when I do get back to the hotel or if I go to a bar, and we do a meetup and things, we'll be able to broadcast great content to you guys. And I do want to set up having some meetups. I know there's going to be a lot of people that are coming to training camp that want to meet me and things. And so maybe what we'll do is post-practice, we'll find a great bar or restaurant and things where we can get a group of us together and I'll be able to set up in there and go. So at some point today, I want to test because the setup that I've made is completely self-contained. I even have a battery, a Jackery inverter battery, and I want to see how long the system will be able to run without having to be plugged into a wall. And so I'm hoping that this will work really well and we can bring you guys something else. There's so many people that are there that are covering the Dallas Cowboys. So many great great YouTubers and NFL Network and ESPN and stuff. I feel honored to be out there and bringing you, hopefully, a little taste slightly different than what you're getting from everybody else. And so I appreciate each and every one of you guys that have been here, that have been part of the Joe Boo Sports Report, and have helped me along the way. There's too many of you to thank, but you know who you are. And I appreciate you guys as we embark on going back to Cali. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you guys soon. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?